Hello everybody, welcome to another day of Albion Online. So I was down here in my work gorge. It's already pretty much been farmed out a lot. So I already went northeast. There was only one blue chest. And so now I'm over here and I'm in northwest. And so we're going to see if we can get some decent amount of loot. We got about 100k. Now if we come over here and we look at this right here, we see 45.5 million. So from the last time, some from yesterday, from an early morning one, basically we got 500,000 without premium, right? Now stuff is still in the market. Not everything has sold, but just wanted to make sure that that was pointed out so that you could see how much you can make as a non-premium character playing here early morning, literally just an hour or less, farming chests as a daily routine. Can you make something? So-so. Now every morning is different because this is this Thursday? This Thursday. Yeah, this Thursday. I'm already losing track of all the days. Alright, let's run back down. And you can see there's not as many glowy mobs down here, so it's already been farmed out. You can tell the difference. Thursday doesn't seem like such a good day. Monday, Tuesday seems like a better day for me. But as I'm streaming this and as more people get to learn and know about it, I'm sure it would change as more and more people learn that you can do something like this, because there already are a lot of people that know how to do this. And then it's just about the days. So I already went northeast. We're gonna go southwest. We may or may not get anything. I've noticed that Wednesdays and Thursdays, mainly Thursdays, even Fridays and then the weekends, this is not normally a good time to go do what I'm doing here unless you get really, really early in the morning. This is just morning time, not early morning. So, something to think about, something to consider. Now, obviously it changes, right? Because people play and people don't play. Everything can be different. And the main reason it's 100k is because of this right here. I got lucky and got a Keeper's Cape, which is worth 92,000. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Run, run, run. Right here. Why morning laws after the maintenance in the middle of the day for a lot of players? So, it's just the time of day that I'm playing all the time. So, I'm sorry, Q Alms. So it's all about my other two videos that I had. Well, multiple videos. The 4 other videos before this. So there's early morning, and then there's just morning. So yeah, the maintenance happened about 3.5 some odd hours ago. But if you do early morning one, I was able to get chests as premium because I'm not premium anymore. And I wanted to showcase non-premium what it's like to go looking for chests in the morning, not early morning. So, and I'm just doing when I can play, right? I'm a regular dad. I work, I take care of my kid. And because I'm a regular dad and I work and take care of my kid, I only play when I can play, right? And waking up super early in the morning after a full day's work. Yeah. Oh, air? What is air? Or is my audio not working? My audio is working. Oh, you're dead. Yeah. Just regular working dad. So I play when I can, stream when I can. And this is when I can stream, and so I figured, oh well, let's showcase at this hour, at this day, what you can possibly get. If you get lucky. But yeah, right after a maintenance window is the best time, usually, to get a higher chance of getting good loot. So I'm gonna get out of here. We're gonna get out of my work gorge, or we're gonna try to. And we're gonna go to Penuchuf now. Penuchev might have a actually better chance of finding something at this time. Again, it's Thursday. Now, the other thing too that I was doing here, and that's why I'm trying to do this on a daily basis, is A, I'm playing without premium, casino premium, and B, I was trying to showcase each one of the days to show that each day is actually different. So it's not just early morning or morning time play. Each day is different depending on your server, depending where you're playing, and your morning could be different. The maintenance window for the US West server, which is what I'm playing on, here, let me just get the accurate information. For West server. $10 UTC? No, that might be old. No, that's 2021. Server restarts could change. No. They're making Windows Daily Online daily maintenance happen. The maintenance is taking place from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. UTC time every day. So that is for... Oh no, they do change. So if you go to albionstatus.com daily maintenance, the maintenance changes. September 29th is at 10 a.m. UTC. Oh, and then it usually ends. Okay, that's normally when it usually ends. And then September 29th around 10:30 a.m. UTC time. So normally it's the 30-minute UTC time. And then they even have a timer ticker right now. So in 20 hours. So literally about 4 hours ago now is when maintenance window happened. So the only way to even get lucky is if nobody has even come in here and looted any one of these chests. But again, the more people that get educated, the more people that see type of videos like this, where right after a wait to this window would go in and find an actual chest, then you have a higher chance of getting a big purple or maybe even a legendary, and you can get a lot of loot. But I have a bunch of other live stream videos for those that may have never seen it and seen this one for the first time. So if you watch the other ones, I have 2 videos in the early morning. So it says day 1, day 2, early morning. And those ones I got like a 1.6 million chest and then a 1.8 million chests. I don't remember the exact numbers off the top of my head. But it's live stream where I'm literally going through doing exactly what I'm doing here. And so we're just showing each day as we go through it. Now what I'm doing here is I'm showcasing as a non-premium character. So as non-premium, you literally get 50, like a ton less loot. I don't know if it's exactly 50%. But you can still make money as a non-premium character. I didn't even sell any of my stuff. I'm over here I was looking at the server maintenance. So let's just hope we don't fill up our inventory too quickly or we don't land into a purple chest this early in Penuchev. So we'll find out. We could probably stack at least another blue, couple greens. We'll see what it does. I didn't even check the top, but that's fine. Now the other thing that I'm teaching here as well is just the path to take to least amount of resistance. So instead of going down the south path or going in the middle, you go down this northeast type of path and you run into less resistance because you don't run into archers. You don't run into wizards as much if you take the path. You see these guys are mainly melee. And archers and wizards do the most amount of damage. See the wizards are over there? And you see right here? You do run into one wizard right here. But you see the least amount of resistance. And I could check all those spawns. And I didn't see any bosses or any chests. And then here, I can see there's a boss in the middle. I normally like to go southwest to get to that boss, but we'll go northeast. Now we're going to try to... we're just going to hit these guys. I'm going to try to sprint it. It already cloaked. Let's see if we can make it to this area right here. Okay, we did. We can switch to leveling gear because that's what I'm trying to level up. And then we're going to hit that archer. We're going to see if we don't grab anything. Purposely not trying to grab that mob below. Perfect. Oops. I'm placed in the wrong spot. Don't want to grab the other mob. Okay, touch the chest. Grab these two wizards. It's a blue, so this is the second blue chest we've gotten so far this morning. 76,000. That's not bad. We're literally under 10 minutes so far. We can still fit another chest as long as it's not a purple. We'll sprint it. Oh, I shouldn't have tagged that other archer. Getting some life back. We're gonna do some damage. Our cloak should be able to come back up by the time. If we need to potion, we need to. My cloak is still on cooldown. We'll take out that archer at least. Now I want to take out this wizard because I'm doing more damage to the wizard, or not. We have to be careful on this. When I'm trying to take down that wizard on purpose. And then I want the archer next. But I don't think it's going to. I think it's going to cloak, honestly, or we're just going to lose aggro right here. We'll save our cloak. Or not. Ah. I'm in leveling gear. I'm not in my main gear, so if I put on my main gear, which is my Spectre Hood and my Guardian Boots, could have took it in one shot. But I'm purposely trying to level up the Elder Mage's coil and Elder Mage's sandals. So. Pretty sure we can grab just these two guys without that archer. Yeah, it'll make the fight a little easier. So far every morning we've been pretty lucky with chests, but this Thursday morning we haven't got any purples yet. So yesterday I'm pretty sure we got two purples. Two purple chests. But this morning not a single purple. We've gotten two blues, no purples. And then all the other days we've gotten at least two purples every single day. But Thursday, same time, like literally the exact same time as I streamed yesterday, exact same time as I streamed the other days. And you can see it's very slim pickings on a Thursday. And then if Friday, Saturday, that's even going to be even probably worse. You may not even get any chests. So don't do the same time that you're doing right now on the US West server to try to find chests. Do early morning right after the maintenance window, which is about, estimate, 4 hours backward from right now. Alright, I don't see any bosses or chests there, but there could be a chest or boss back there. So let's go ahead and let's sprint and find out. There is a boss back there, you see him? So I'm going to drop the aggro right here. Save my cloak. So there's one boss back there. And just because this boss back here is a yellow boss, It doesn't mean it's a small chest. It could be a decent sized chest. It just really depends. I don't know if anybody's been down here or not. We'll wait for some of these cooldowns. So the archer's going to do more damage, so we're going to assume and take this left route, and then we'll check it this way as well to see if there's any chest over here. Just keep running, keep running, keep running. We'll run straight through these guys. Hit the arc now. I know the cloak's going to pop. Just going to make it as far as we can. I didn't mean to grab that guy. Alright, we're going to wait a little bit, and then we can make it the rest of the way. Now I have no cloak, and I have no smoke bomb. So, now at the 10-second mark, it's pretty good to safe to make it the rest of the way. 5, okay, we'll make it right here. We're going to sprint. We'll make it to this location right down here. And we'll drop aggro right here. And then we're just going to fight these guys. Probably want that wizard first, honestly. Just grab the second wizard. I'm probably going to grab a third wizard here, it looks like. They keep ice blocking me. Really needed the R key. Here we go. There you go. Take them out. Now I can switch to this. And all it is just a boss. Now this is probably just going to be a green. You don't know. There's another chest back here too. You see it? So, and I don't know how much I can carry. But we'll find out. That's an ice block. Didn't move in time. I'm actually hoping it's not a purple good, because then I wouldn't be able to carry it all. It's just 18k. Alright, switch deck to this. While we wait for the cooldowns, that's something to throw away if it's too much. This is something to throw away if it's too much. Then we eat the bag of silver. This book as well. There you go. 4 items we can just toss immediately if we don't have enough inventory. Run past this. Wait till we tag more guys. Now we sprint. We're gonna hit Archie now. The one spot I want, which is down here. I don't want to tag that guy. Okay. Now I can switch to this gear, which is my level up gear, and you can see right here, I'm trying to level up Mage Coil. Right here, I never leveled up Mage Coil before. So it's already at level 93. And then Mage's Boots as well. You can see I've never leveled up any of these. So this one's already level 65. And I already leveled up this one 100. Get this one to 100 as well. And then it'll give bonuses for everything. So that will be the next set of boots we wear. Is that how many? 2 mages, an archer. We'll just grab the knight real quick. Make this pull not hard. Hi, Ramen. Hello and welcome. We're just doing some regular morning time, the exact same time as we did yesterday and the days before on a Thursday, and it's been pretty slim pickings today. Food check. What is food check? Oh, food check. Thank you. I was totally had it in the back of my mind, but I totally forgot it. I'm actually not going to be able to do it. Thank you for reminding me of roast pork there, Oliver Klossoff. Your stream is so cool, sir. I'm always learning something new. Well, thank you, anonymous guy. I try to teach as much as I can. And I do, for those that only want Albion Online content, I have been streaming and the game of choice that I'm playing currently right now is Ultima Online. Because I just bought Ultima Online Forever, sorry. Because I just bought a crab. Which I've been trying to get for years. And I finally bought one for a cheaper price. And it absorbed my entire life in gaming. Like the first day when I bought the crab, I stayed up all night. Which is really bad for somebody at my age. Because the next day I was hanging. Very badly. But yeah. Definitely still playing Albion Online. I would have actually played more, but if you'll notice right here, my brother, so if you've watched some of my other streams or some other videos, Delau, he hasn't been on for a week and 3 days. And I only just found out yesterday it's because he's been hospitalized. So he's in the hospital right now. So that's why he hasn't been on. Otherwise, he plays daily, and that's why I was like, oh, if he's not going to play, I don't think I need to play too much. So I didn't know what happened. I'm new to Albion, so it's very helpful to gain silver. Okay, as a new player to Albion Online, what I'm doing here by myself is not easy to do. You can still technically do it, but it's not easy to do in any form or fashion. You would need higher gear than tier 4. I would recommend tier 6 at least, and probably tier 6.2, 6.3. And then to do what I'm doing takes a lot of practice. So if you were to come down here and you were to try to run these chests and try to grab all these different chests like how I'm doing, expect to go down, like, you know, basically go down and lose durability on all your things. So you lose 5% durability on everything you're carrying, including your inventory, including everything in your inventory. You lose 5% durability on it. So whatever you're carrying, if you pick up loot, just be aware of what tier it is. So if you pick up tier 6 gear from chest or anything like that, normally it's just going to be tier 4 because I'm in a tier 4 area. But if you pick up tier 5 gear, it loses durability and it costs more silver to repair it all. And the same thing applies to if you're wearing high tier gear. So for me, I would lose all my profit and go into the negative if I were to go down even once. Right? Because I have all this tier 8.3 gear here, and I have all this tier 8.4 gear in my inventory. And if I were to even die once, I literally lose 2,500 silver. So that's the whole reason why, and some people ask me, well, why do you have the undead cape? Why the undead cape? To help it so I don't lose that 250,000 silver. Why do I carry invisibility potions? So I don't die in that dungeon. So I literally can eat one potion and it saves me a ton of silver. And then I carry the Helion hood because I was leveling it up. And 2, I have found it's also very helpful for running on the dungeon. Now you'll also notice if you see some of my streams as well, I'm always carrying around Dabdex Spectre shoes. So it's just a tier 4. And the tier 4.1 was actually cheaper than just a regular tier 4. Plus it was outstanding condition. But this one right here, I carry it mainly for this ability right here. And this one right here, so that I can literally run even further. So you have an invisibility here, you have an invisibility here, and you have an invisibility, well, invisibility plus invisibility potion. So if I really wanted to go really far down into a dungeon, I could. So if you're thinking of what items you want to carry down to do these dungeon runs, spend some money on Spectre shoes. And don't just have the Spectre shoes, level them up to 100. Okay, don't just come down there in the dungeon and have your Spectre shoes at level 1 and expect to be able to live and not have enough defense to do something. So that's the combination if we're running through. Now there's also other invisibilities too. Like if I really wanted to go nuts, I could get an assassin's jacket as well. So I could have assassin's jacket, I could have Spectre shoes, and I could have a Helion hood, and invisibility potion, and an undead cape. And then you literally have near as much invisibility as possible to run down a dungeon and to go wherever you want it. So if you're thinking about trying to do dungeon runs, think about investing in each one of those items. Here, let me just show you assassin jacket. The ability I'm talking about is this one right here. So it's ambush. For ambush, turning yourself invisible for 8 seconds. So you have all these different invisibility abilities to go down. That's if you want to go nuts and literally run down as far as you can toward a dungeon. If you were trying to copy what I'm doing, and then you can wear whatever your main gear is. But first, obviously, practice with a lot of different invisibility items so that you can get down to the dungeon, and then practice soloing bosses. Because what I'm doing here, I've done it so many times, it really gives you a huge opportunity. I try to copy your set with tier 5, one with assassin jacket, yeah. And then everything else I have are very expensive items, like the Helion jacket right here. This is an expensive one. If you wanted to go cheaper, I believe it's the... I have to look it up, I don't know the name. It's the one that does the lightning around you. That's the cheaper jacket. I still recommend the Helion jacket because it has lifesteal, and then combining it with roast pork. So thank you, Oliver Klosoff, for reminding me about my food buff. It tends to happen a lot. And I guarantee my kid just woke up. Did you just wake up, kid? Stalker jacket. Yes, exactly. The Stalker jacket's the cheaper one. That's the one my brother always uses because if you go into like the black zone or the red zone, it's the cheaper one that does damage, but it doesn't heal you for damage unless you have a food buff like roast pork. That's the other one that I've been trying to level up now. But I don't know if you've, anonymous guy, if you've seen my recommendations for skills and what to possibly level up as a new player. I have a video on that one. But basically, it's you level up the 3 base skills always. So these 3 base skills, because it gives 0.2 bonus item power to all leather jackets. So regardless if you wear the Stalker jacket or the Helion jacket, 0.2, so at level 100, that's extra 20 item power, extra 20 item power, extra 20 item power. That's 60 extra item power for leveling up the base 3. And then these ones are just an extra 10 item power at level 10. So every 5 levels is 1 item power. Every 10 levels of this is 1 item power. And then level up whatever jacket you want if you're going to do leather jackets. The same thing applies to every item, right? Leather hoods, the base 3, and everything. I explain it more in my other video, and if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. I'm going to step away here just for a little bit. I need to make my kid a bottle of milk, so I'll be right back. Alright, we'll make our way toward Mower Gorge. Milk is heating up right now. Oh, well thank you for watching all videos and live streams. I tried it, but it always pulls more mobs. So it takes practice, anonymous guy, to do these type of pulls and to go through and go down like that. It is not... Don't expect to do it the first couple tries. Is kind of what I'm saying. It takes practice. Like When I first did exactly what I'm doing, I probably lost millions worth of silver in high tier gear. Not probably. I did lose millions in silver doing exactly what, even in tier 8.3, which is what I had at the time, even in tier 8.3 gear, still went down. Still. And it took practice, practice, practice. So just something to think about. All right, the milk is heated up. So now I'm going to go put it in a bottle and give it to my kids. I'll be right back again. All right, I'm back. And thank you, anonymous guy, for watching all my videos. Very appreciative. 5 to 6 months joining Albion Online. Awesome. What type of weapons and armor do you wear? Or you're just experimenting? Let's put on this. Practicing every day, yep. That's exactly like, so some of my first videos as well, or first videos where I was doing group dungeons, everything I was doing is practice. It's the same thing like this too. This is practice. Like when I do, when I engage in other players, what I honestly, there's been some very interesting comments on a lot of my, well, on my short videos, my 2v2 short video, where people don't realize that playing in high tier gear and playing in low tier gear, if you're playing in high tier gear and you're wearing tier 8.3 or 8.4 gear and you face somebody that's wearing tier 4 gear in any set, tier 4, tier 4.3, the damage that they can do to you is near nothing, which if you watch some of the videos, you can easily tell when somebody's wearing high gear or not. We're just going to drop the aggro here, and there's a boss right there, so we'll come back out. So the practicing, and even somebody in tier 4.3 gear can take somebody down in tier 8 gear, 8.3, 8.4. Easily. They can easily do it. Because somebody even wearing high level gear, it doesn't mean you're excellent just because of your gear. You still take damage. It's just not as quickly and not as fast. But the main reason why, and I'm going to explain it here, because I did want to actually explain it in chat, but I didn't think people would get the full concept of how it all actually worked. I'm going to explain my PvP and how the PvP actually worked, and why I actually was able to do it. So let me get all the way down here. I totally messed it up. It's going to cloak, which is not a big deal. There's already a group down here. We're just going to let them have it. I'm not even going to bother them. We'll run back. I know if I engaged it right now, I could probably outdamage these two guys. We're going to leave it. We're just going to leave it. I'll let them have it. I just want to see what color the chest is. But anyways, so let me wear my main gear and show you. So the main reason when I did PvP, and I explain it here, is the very first thing I did is to hit Giant. So the Giant buff, what it does is it practicing video axe, dagger, nature staff, fire staff, weapon, mage, coil, assassin hood for head, spectre, assassin, mercenary for armor, royal, and such. Oh, that's definitely a neat build there. Axe and dagger. Plus nature, you're leveling up a lot of different sets. So my recommendation is to select one of those, what you're doing, and then specialize in it first. So if you're going to choose axe, or if you're going to choose dagger, or if you're going to choose nature as your weapon, specialize, specialize, specialize. And what I mean by specialize, this is what I mean by specialize. Level 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, and then whatever your main weapon is, take it up higher, right? But no matter what, specialize in the base 3 first, or no, not specialize, but get to level 100 in the base 3, and then go from there. Now it was just a green, and they even left stuff in it, so that's not a big deal. Again, here, let me explain this PvP as best I can. So you go giant, your current health increases by 100%. So literally all the damage that the opponent does, whether a boss or anything, you take 50, think of it taking 50% less damage, because you're halving all the damage, because you're literally increasing your hit points by 100%. Now the giant buff only works based on how much hit points you have. So that's one of the first things I did when I engaged in PvP combat, or even in bosses. You go giant first. And then I have Lifesteal Aura for the first one. So when you take damage, so you was taking damage, so you notice I cast that. Now the thing about when I did giant buff, the opponents, because they're not thinking, they always are trying to burst you down. They waste all of their cooldowns. You take 50% less damage on everything when you go giant in PvP. So you're outlasting the opponent with giant. And then you're outlasting again with Lifesteal Aura. And then as you notice in my PvP as well, in the 2v1, I do Flash of Insight, which refreshes my R key again. So I basically have 3 buttons, or 3 skills, R, D, and F key, to be able to outlast the opponent. And that's what people don't understand. So when I was engaging in higher tier combat, which they were wearing higher tier gear, I went big and I took 50% less on everything that they did. They were literally throwing all their cooldowns on me. Then I hit the R key, they hit their R key, and they were trying to do damage to me. I negated their R key because there's 2 of them, and there was only 1 of me. So I was taking double the lifesteal, double the damage. And then you'll notice one of the opponents run away, right? And then he comes back because he realizes his friend's going to actually go down. I had my D key ready, and then I had another R key which actually took him down. Plus I was using thorns, and I was whacking the opponent. We'll just take their scraps, it's fine. So that's kind of how the main build works, and then the regular just Q, W, and E. The other thing that also surprised them as well in the 2v1, because people ask how is it done, the nature staff, or this one, the one-hand nature staff, is the only E key right here that does damage and snares. You're trying all things to level 100, but is that level 60? Well, that's a good tactic there, anonymous guy. Again, as I explained right here, Ella's nature staff, it's the only one, well, just the nature staff, the one-hand nature staff is the only E key where if you have 3 thorns on them, it does damage, right here, 648 magic damage, and it roots them for 4.21 seconds. So that's the main reason that got them. Because you notice that is if you watch my short 2v1, or if you watch the full video, I hit them with the E key, which a lot of people still don't know, surprisingly, that it does damage and it roots them. And normally when you're in PvP combat, you're always trying to move, right? And halting somebody's movement gets them to think twice about what they're doing in PvP. Now, if you get stuck, all of a sudden you're moving, all of a sudden you get frozen, you're stuck in place like this, and you can't move even though you're clicking. It's kind of just like chess. If you've ever played chess or anything like that, it's a strategy, it's a mind game against them. So not only is they're watching their life go down, all of a sudden they're moving, and all of a sudden they get stuck and they can't move, and they took damage, and all of a sudden your opponent gains a whole bunch of life because of it. It's a really a mind tactic, just like chess, when you're playing against them, because not everybody does damage, heals, and snares with one ability. That's the advantage of PvP. And then the snare also, as they're snared, you throw a root on them, and they're all of a sudden they're snared and they're stuck in here and they can't move and they're trying to move out of it, and then they forget what ability to do. And because of that mind game, that helps me win in a lot of PvP battles. Anyways, hopefully that explained that whole 2v1 battle or any other PvPs that you see me in doing. And that's how my build works. Yeah. See how far we can make it. Ah, it's still cloaked. I wasted the D key. You're welcome. That's the full build explained, and then it just takes practice to do it. Like, I've gotten to a point where I don't even have to think. I just know and the feeling of when to do different abilities. So when I have my guardian boots, I normally like to do Q key, get thorns on them, hit the E key, and then I go big with giant boots. But it depends on the situation. It depends how many opponents are. Like if I see 2 or more opponents, the very first thing I do is I go big, and I go big with giant boots, with the guardian boots. It really depends on the situation. You have to just instinctively think about it and just do it. Now there's no chest down here, so we didn't luck out. This Thursday morning, same time that I normally been playing, we didn't get near anything. So we'll call out, and that is just morning Thursday. Didn't get a single purple chest. We got 2 blue chests. Not bad. Not a really great haul. Oh, there's a boss up there. I'll switch to this one real quick. And you see how you can just run up here easily? It's a medium-sized chest. Let's see what we get. Yeah, that's what, for new players, that's kind of the content I teach, right? The content I teach is not mainly PvP. You can do PvP, but this is not a full PvP. Oh, we got 1 purple. We get 1 purple today. We still lucked out with 1 purple chest. 226k as a non-premium, right? 50% less loot, so this could have been maybe 400k. Maybe, ish, depends. Not 400k, maybe 300k, sorry. 50% more. So, we got 1 purple. Hooray! Alright, let's go back down. Let's see if we can go back to Mauer Gorge and see if we can get any other purple chests, maybe. Now, the main reason why I'm assuming that Mauer Gorge we might be able to get something is once I get out of here, it lets me. We'll go faster. As you come down here at the M, Bandit Assault's still going. What that means is not a lot of people are out here. That's why it's a good time to do it. So you notice that every single morning when I come out at the same time, there's normally a Bandit Assault going, and there's normally the trigger for Undead or Rallying in one of them, whether it's in Mauer Gorge or Penuchuf. And you can see right here, there's no rallying because it's not glowing. And so since it's not glowing, your chances of getting higher level chests are actually not that high. Plus it's Thursday, and Thursday morning, they just don't. It's usually well farmed by now. The other thing too, and I know people have the comments, you know, oh, faction warfare and this. Faction warfare is a good way to practice large groups of fighting, as well as sometimes you can engage in PvP, just some solo PvP 1v1s and stuff like that. Now, some of my other videos too, which I'm sure you've seen on this guy if you've seen all my streams, I go and I solo faction outposts. That's practice as well, because I'm practicing not only soloing the boss, but normally I have players come in and trickle in and try to attack me while I'm soloing a faction boss. Now, that allows me to practice PvP. But the thing that it allows me to practice is high level tier gear versus low level tier gear. Because again, somebody even in tier 4.3 or 4 gear, tier 4 gear can take out somebody in tier 8 gear as long as that player knows what they're doing. The damage is way less, but if the other person that's in tier 8 gear, just because they have tier 8 gear and they bought it, doesn't mean they actually know how to play very well or do PvP very well. So it's practice with doing it with whatever skills you're using. A lot of people, you'll notice, a lot of people or comments in a lot of my comment sections says, "Oh, he's nature staff or other type of staff. How do you lose the nature staff?" Well, everything in the nature staff, as if you haven't noticed, is you come down and you hit the Q key. These are skill shots. If I were to put my Q key here and the opponent runs this way, or I put my Q key here and the opponent's over here, you are going to miss completely. Same thing like my W key. This is a skill shot. And if you miss all your skill shots with nature staff, yeah, you're not gonna be able to defeat an opponent. So why am I so good? Because I have years of experience with the nature staff where if see this person's running this way, I know they're running this way and I can get them. Or if this guy's running this way, I put it in front of him and I get him. Or if this guy's running that way, I put it in front of him and I still get him. So it's, how are you good at nature staff? You have to be good at skill shots, and you have to be good at guessing where the opponent's going. That's how people lose to nature staff. And are people good at doing that? Some are, not everybody. It does take skill because, again, they're skill shots. So it's not an easy build to be good in player versus player with the nature staff. I honestly will say that versus player versus event, like mobs, most of the mobs you're fighting are going to stand still. You mostly practice PvP and miss with dagger and axe. Those are good PvP builds. The dagger is definitely a good one for player versus player. It's also probably a little bit easier than the nature staff because the skill shots are not so determined on where you place, and you're usually targeting one opponent and you can go for it. With a nature staff, its two main abilities are skill shots. And even my E key is also technically, you have to time it and you have to time it perfectly. And what I mean by timing it perfectly, right here, you see my E key? My circle is this. See my circle right here? If I were to come over here and this opponent right here, he's running out, and I put my E key and this guy's running, if he goes out of the circle by the time I hit my E key, I don't hit him with damage, I don't snare him. Yesterday. So everything to do with the build that I have does take practice, does take some level of skill to be able to accomplish and do. And that's why a lot of people say, oh, they want to practice, they want to copy my build. I do want to insinuate that it is not very, like, it's not like you're just going to wear this gear, all my same gear, right? You're not going to wear my main set and just all of a sudden be able to do exactly what I do. It takes practice, and then it takes timing, and it takes knowing exactly the radius of how everything's going to work, when your E key, when you should push it, how you actually hit them with the W key, and can you land all of your Q keys, which is your thorns, on the opponent. Because if you can't do all those things, then you won't be able to do exactly what I do. But if you want me to show a show, feel free to leave me comments, let me know, and or just keep watching my videos and see how I do it. Because I try to explain in a lot of my videos what buttons I'm pushing when I'm pushing Q, W. Well, I don't say Q, W, E, but when I'm using my R key, my D key, or my go big key, my F key. I try to explain when I'm doing that so that people can have a better understanding of how my build works and when I'm using it, and sometimes I explain even why I'm using it so that you have that understanding. Alright, I don't see any glowy guys there, so we're just going to take it in this set. There's one glowy guy, but that's okay. Now, normally you can save your R key before your lower hit points, but I'm just trying to focus and do damage as much as I can, take out all these other mobs. It just depends on timing and when you want to do it. It's a purple! Hey, we got 2 purples today. We still get our average of 2 purples a day. Look at that. It's a small chest, but it's still purple, so it still has good loot. Pick this up, pick this up. Alright, here we go. Second purple. It's a small, medium-ish. 99,000. So it's still 100k. Close to. Oh, I haven't eaten all my bags of silver. So when I eat these bags of silver right here, this is going to be another 100K. This is going to be 77. So we're at 45.8 million now. I don't know why I'm hitting the A key. Habit, trying to mount up. 45.8 million. That's not bad. Oh, there's another chest over there. I want to drop aggro right here. Hard work paying off, that's correct. Let's see if there's how many glowy mobs. There's not that many, so we're just gonna wear this so we can level up. Oh, I don't have a roast pork. So we'll eat one more roast pork here. Alright, let's engage these guys. None of them are glowy, so we can just do damage and not worry about it. I misplaced that thorns, but that's okay. So, oh, it's a third, okay, third purple, look at that. Can I carry it out? I sure can. Third purple, 2 purples back to back. Oh, look, and there's an orange mob right there. 152K, look at this. Not bad, not bad. Alright, let's go get this other one. Maybe Thursday morning is good. Oh, it's because this right here, Undead Rallying. So you really have to wait for the undead rallying to happen. And it really depends on the time of day. So even though the exact same time of day as yesterday, even actually it's a little later now. And we're only getting the good loot now. And look, it's a bigger one. So literally we're actually later than we were yesterday. But because the undead rallying, right after the server restart, I know we're already about 4.5 hours in. Now there's another player here, so we're going to tag the chest right now. I don't know what he's either trying to get me to go down or he's just looking. But either way, it's mine now. There's no way he can do enough damage. He's probably waiting to see if this is the bigger loot or not. Snare him, move out of that. There we go. It's a big blue. 411. Pretty sure we can carry not all of it. We'll take the stackables. Take that bag. Take the other stackables. We'll eat this bag of silver. Oops. We'll eat this bag of silver. We'll toss this tier 3. We'll eat the book. There's another stackable. We'll take the glowy and another glowy. I don't know if we can fit it all. 1 axe left. There's this tier 2. We got it all. Ooh. Definitely tossing something for this book. Question is what? 877? Tossed it. Alright, we'll go out. And we'll see if we can land any more other chests in Mauer Gorge, because undead rallying's happening right now. There's a boss up there. I know I can't carry any of it, but this is where you do something like this. I have multiple accounts. We'll just sign in with my other account. I have a guy sitting right here. And it has a 1-minute timer, so I have time to get in my other account. We'll open the chest. We'll pull out anything that's of value. Obviously all the stackables. That bag's pretty valuable. What else can I toss? That's 800. Take the bag. Eat this. Take that one. Now there's about 30,000 left in there. Oh. I threw away something I wasn't supposed to throw away. We'll take the 17,000, which just leaves about 12,000 in there. I don't have to log in my other guy for just 12,000. We'll just leave it for someone else. If it was a big chest and it was more than like 30 or 50,000, I would log in another account just to go pick up that other stuff, but we'll just leave it. Oh, there's a big red guy. Unless somebody's already up there fighting it. I hear the sounds of fighting. There's a big red guy. There's multiple people up there. We're just gonna go look to see if they can take it or not. Okay, I heard the sound of the swordsman, so he does the cross one. That one does a lot of damage, so we'll see if they handled it or not. Oh, they did already. Oh, no, they didn't. He's still there. He's still there. They got him. Not gonna worry about it then. A kid came over and says, "Can I take these dice to school?" And I'm like, "Yep, go ahead." Alright, sell this stuff off. We still haven't even gone all the way down Mauer Court yet. How old is he? Is 3. So he goes to preschool. He was born right during COVID time, so. Hey bro, with the one-handed chef and not a blight staff. So, the one-handed nature staff is the only one with the E key that does damage. Now I do have a blight staff, and I'm pretty sure I do have a blight staff tier 8 in my house, and I'll show it to you. So for like different type of events, so like if I was doing healing for a team or something, each nature staff plays a different role. But the 100 nature staff is the staff, if I'm just going for straight damage and area effect damage, does the most damage. Let me explain a little bit more for the E key as well, for the nature staff as well for you, Templixer. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. TMPLRXR. I'll explain it a little bit more. Then the other thing about the nature staff as well, the one-handed nature staff, is the E key. When you push down the Q key, you'll notice that a lot of abilities has a limit for how many enemies it can hit. Where the E key for the one-handed nature staff, when you use it, there is no limit to how many targets you can hit. So if there are 20 opponents, right? Not very common, but you can. Here, let me just show you, right? Your Q key, you put your Q key down, right? And you're tagging everybody with thorns, and then you hit your E key. Your E key, if they have 3 thorns on them, you root them for 4.21 seconds,
and you do 648 magic damage. Now, I was explaining this a little bit earlier in my stream about the 2v1 PvP and exactly how the nature staff actually works and why it works. It's a mind game, right? So you're fighting an opponent, right? And you do your skill shots, you land it on them. You hit your E key, you snare them and move them. Now you notice in PvP, your heart's pounding, right? You're going through and you're fighting them. Well, all of a sudden you're using abilities. You see how I'm moving, and all of a sudden you stop, you take damage, you're rooted, and your opponent gains life. It's a mind game, and that mind game is just like chess. And all of a sudden, when you get snared and you're trying to move out of the thorns, and all of a sudden you get snared, right? And you're moving, and I snare you, so I hit you, you snare you, and then I throw roots on you, and all of a sudden you're stuck right here and you can't move, and you're trying to click, move. You forget to use your abilities. And when the opponent forgets to use his abilities, that's when you lose the battle. That is why the one-handed nature staff is very powerful in PvP if you land all your skill shots and if you hit your E key at the right moment when the opponent's not prepared for it. So if you watch my short, which is why I'm comparing it to that short, the 2v1, now I do a whole bunch of other PvP as well in other different scenarios in my live streams. But you'll notice that in the 2v2, right, I hit my R key, one of the opponents runs out because he doesn't want me to do lifesteal. And then also when I hit my E key and I snare them at the right moment where it's the turning point where they decide, oh, this guy's a little too hard. And then the mind game played in, and you notice that one of my opponents completely fails, and I take him down because he's literally trying to run away instead of actually sitting there and fight me. Because if they had just kept doing damage to me and stayed close because they were both melee, that's the other reason was their downfall. They didn't have a ranged guy in there. So if you had range and you were outside my thorns and I couldn't hit you with my thorns as skill shots, that's the play. Now, if I was using Blight Staff like how you were saying, and I know it's in my house. Sorry, I forgot to go back to the house and actually go look at it. But the Blight Staff doesn't have an E key that does damage. Instead, it's just area effect heal and makes you move faster. That is good for survivability, but it's not good for that mind game to do damage. Plus, the Blight Staff is only really good when you have multiple teammates. I'm playing by myself, so doing more damage and having that snare and then mind game with the E key is better for how I'm playing. The other thing too is people ask me, why don't you use a shield? I have a shield for it. Or why don't I use the face breaker or whatnot? I have one, but I use the torch for multiple different reasons. And let me just show you here for the torch. The torch, when you come over here, you move and you attack. Move and attack. Move, attack. Move, attack. Move, attack. With a torch, I'm able to hit and hit. And the main reason why this is so important with Nature Staff is when you put the Q key down, for every thorns that's on them, and I hit them with a normal attack, I do an extra 202 magic damage. You see that right there at the bottom? Thorns charges are consumed by your normal attack and deals 202 magic damage. Now the main reason why I have this torch is I already have fast attack speed with a one-handed, but I also have 47% more attack speed. So literally I can move, attack, move, attack, move, attack, and I roll that into my combination when I'm doing PvP, and it's the unexpected damage. Because 202 extra damage on top of what the Nature Staff already does, which is extra 60 some odd damage, 60, 70 damage, that's around 260 damage every time I'm hitting somebody. And you can watch right here on this mob, right? I hit this mob, I'm tagging, I hit, a tag, I hit him, a tag, I hit him. And you notice each time I'm hitting him, it's doing almost an extra 260, 300 damage every hit. And I'm not using an ability. This is the unexpected damage, and that as well, that players, when you're doing PvP, are not expecting. And that's why Nature Staff is so powerful, is when you do, see how I'm doing the normal attacks? Those normal attacks are actually 300, almost 300 damage every time I hit you with a normal attack. That was the unexpected to take a person down. But you have to, you have to land your thorns, right? You have to land these. And B, you have to remember to do a normal attack in the mixture of everything else. And C, you have to not panic. Because if you panic during PvP, you will not win. So hopefully that explains a lot more why I use one-handed nature staff, why I use the torch, and everything else. And I have done, even in tier 8.3 gear against somebody else in tier 8.3 gear, I have outdamaged Shadow Caller, I've outdamaged one-handed axe in their shield, facebreaker, and full build. They're all in tier 8.3, just like me at the time. So in the current build that I'm wearing now. And when I say outdamage, we both fight the boss. And even if they tag the boss first, I have won the damage game so that I got the chest. And then many times I've had even other players say, how did you win? You're a nature staff. How did you do damage? It's because of the Q key while also hitting with my normal attack with a torch, which also does cooldown modifier, which my skills can be refreshed faster. And we also have to understand that the Q key stacks. If I put 3 stacks on him like this, and I'm whacking, look how fast his hit points drop. So I do education videos every now and then, Templexer. I'm normally just playing because I'm a gamer, right? I game. You're very smart about how you approach the game. Thanks for the tips. I wish you did educational videos. I probably will. So I'm new to YouTube, right? I only joined not too long ago, and I mainly just did it because it was like, oh, I always wanted to do gaming videos and just what I do and what I love. I stream when I can, I play when I can, and I educate when I can. So when I start educating is when people start asking questions. So if anybody watches these videos in the future, please feel free to ask questions. I love to answer them as best I can, as long as I'm knowledgeable enough to teach it. And if I'm not knowledgeable enough, I will admit to it. Like, I don't know certain things. It's the same thing like my Cosmeteer content. So I created a whole bunch of semi-educational videos in Cosmeteer, how I played and stuff. And then some people started to ask me some stuff that was outside my red. And I admitted, I've never played with those, so I don't know how to actually configure it that way. But I will show you how something I'm good at and teach it. But the nice thing is everybody specializes in different things. So I have a Discord channel for my Cosmeteer content, and there's a guy called Hosup. He's from Korea, and he really is a smart guy. Uh, he does all these type of math and education things to do things, and so that's a nice thing about collaborating and working with other people. Is other people specialize and are good at other things. Like, I can tell you all different things about nature staffs, regardless of which nature staff it is, right? The goods and bads of each one of the different nature staffs, because I specialize it. I've been playing with it for a long time. Now, if somebody's an axe wielder or an axe player, I can't speak to axe. I've seen other people play axes, but I can't speak to axe because I don't have that exact timing to play it. I can't speak to curse staff. I can't speak to those other ones in the same level that I can for nature staff because I've been playing this for years. So my name is Tilney, Tlny, Tilney the Gamer. I don't tend to ever use my real name because I'm one of those strange, crazy type of people that don't ever share their names on the internet as best I can. Same thing why I always call my kid, even though I don't use it. I've used his real name every now and then. So if you watch some other streams, his real name's in there. And my real name has been called out a few times, but it's just my own practice. Because I've been in network security, I've been on online, I've worked in the security fields. It's just my own practice where I don't share any of my real information as best I can. So you can just call me by Tilney, Tlny, Tilney the Gamer. Oh, yeah, my guy's game name in US West is just TLNY. Tilney. Oh, Hosup? Hosup doesn't play Albion Online. He plays Cosmeteer. And his name is Hosup. I agree with you, anonymous guy. I don't reveal my real information as best I can. I tell my historical information, like, right? I lived in Hawaii. I live in Hawaii. I lived there for 30 plus years. And now I live on the mainland, the continental US. And that's about as much information as I give. Yeah, cybersecurity, you learn a lot of different things. I'm not in cybersecurity right now, but I've worked with those professionals and I've worked in the field for a little bit, so it makes sense, right? Certain things you don't want to share, not because you don't want to share, it's safer not to share. Thank you. Thank you for telling my voice is really relaxing, sir. I enjoy listening. Binary is, sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Well, thanks for everything. You're super nice. Thank you for, yeah, sure. I will definitely accept your friend request there. Hinulu? Well, thanks for watching, Anonymous Guy. Thanks for watching my videos. Since there's no more chest here, I think this is a good place where I'm probably going to wrap it up. I'm going to switch back to the game I am actually playing, which is Ultima Online. And the main reason I'm playing Ultima Online is Albion Online reminds me of Ultima Online in so many ways. And I bought a crab, and I'm just super excited about leveling up that crab. So I need to get it from level 2 to level 3. Hopefully I can get to level 3 today. But we're going to end this right about here. Plus, I do have to do other things. So if you enjoyed this content, please feel free to smash the like button. It helps me out a ton. It also helps out to push this content to other people that haven't ever seen it before. If you would like, please feel free to leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. Anything is helpful. Even comments that if you don't like my video, tell me why. Tell me what you don't like about it, and I'll do my best to improve and make better. If you have not already, please feel free to subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe, that's okay as well. Come back once a week, once a month, check out what content I have, and or come back daily because I am streaming daily. But please be aware, I am also streaming many different type of games, many different type of content. So if you're looking for something very specific, please feel free to leave me a comment, and I'll make sure to try to get out a video on that next time. So if you're looking for something specific, just let me know. Otherwise, if you don't let me know, I'll stream and play whatever I feel like I want to play because I'll play what I like. Again, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for joining. And you all have a wonderful rest of your day.